You are making one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to your ADHD. And what I'm referring to, if you are just taking a bunch of different supplements and a bunch of different medications, you're going at it completely wrong. And expecting that by doing that is going to get you the results, you're not. You never will. Here's the thing, it's not your fault because when you went in and probably got diagnosed with ADHD, your doctor probably just gave you a medication and said, let's just try this. And you've been put on lots of different medications without looking at any kind of data to explain why you need to be taking in the first place. So then you do the same behavior when you are taking the supplements. You're just trying different supplements to hope it will give you some kind of benefit. But I bet, if, especially if you're watching this video, you're not getting the results that you want. And so, what you need to be doing instead, which I'm going to be explaining in this video, just like if you were to go to take your car to a mechanic, you don't expect the mechanic to just jump right into it and start tearing your car apart and trying to find the problem. They actually will diagnose the problem first. They run diagnostics, they hook it up to a computer, and they say, okay, there's a problem with this specific part of the engine, and they know exactly what to do to usually typically fix the problem. So, why should we do things differently when it comes to our brain health? Shouldn't we also run diagnostics to see what is the problem? I'm not talking about getting diagnosed with ADHD. That really doesn't give us any information at all. That's just like taking the car again and just saying, hey, mechanic, there is an engine problem. Okay, well, why is there an engine problem? You got to run further diagnostics. Same with ADHD. We got to understand why you have focus issues, why you have motivation issues, why do you have sleep issues, why do you have anxiety. You have to run diagnostics and using lab testing to dive in deeper further. So I'm going to go over that right now. So the very first set of labs that I would do if I was you, and this is where I like to start any adult when it comes to their ADHD, is run full panels of hormones. And so the really ones that you need to be looking at specifically is one, running a full thyroid panel. I'm not just talking about running just TSH. Like that doesn't really give us much information, but running like free T3, free T4, anti-TPO levels, this will truly help us identify if thyroid is an issue because thyroid does cause very similar symptoms of ADHD. And people don't realize this, but I like to rule this out. The other thing that you should be testing for, as far as when it comes to hormones, is looking at your cortisol levels, not just one reading. Most of your doctors are only going to run a one reading to see if you have Addison's disease. What I'm referring to is actually testing your cortisol levels throughout the day. So testing it first thing in the morning, testing it in the afternoon, testing it early evening, and late into the evening. That way, we can see where is it dipping and where is it spiking throughout the day. This will give us a more clear picture of why there's inconsistency with your mood, your energy, your focus, all those things. The other things that you should also be testing for, you should write all this down, by the way, is running your testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, DHEA. These things, if they're off, they can impact your mood, your focus, your motivation as well. Now, if you don't want to write this down, then you can just download the link in the description below. That is my ADHD lab protocol guide. It has all the list of the different labs to run to help you solve the root cause of your ADHD situation. Now, the next set of tests that I like to look at is I want to go more in depth when it comes to the brain chemistry stuff. And I'm not just talking about like dopamine, serotonin, GABA, norepinephrine, but looking at the things specifically that make dopamine, serotonin, GABA. Now, if you're not familiar with what serotonin, GABA, and dopamine do, those things cause our motivation, our mood, our happiness, our sadness, our anxiety, our stress, our sleep issues. It causes those issues, our brain chemistry. But the things that make it, typically that I've found, is the true problem. So the things that you should be testing for are very specific amino acids. So, like for example, looking at dopamine, we should be testing for tyrosine, looking at phenylalanine, looking at phenylethylamine. All these things help build and modulate dopamine. And those are the things that we usually typically will see deficient and not necessarily dopamine being low as the problem. It's the culprit of what helps make dopamine. When it comes to serotonin, we want to test things like tryptophan, 5-HTP. Those things help make serotonin. And if those are low, that is the culprit. When it comes to GABA, it's looking at things like glycine, glutamine. That also helps make GABA, and also taurine. Taurine is another one that also needs to be tested for when it comes to GABA. Now, why GABA is important? Because GABA actually deals with our stress and anxiety. But we're not done yet. So those are usually the first set of labs that I usually will typically run with my patients to really identify, just like a mechanic would, is hooking you up or running labs to see what is causing the problem in the first place so that you're not just taking a bunch of random supplements or medications and hoping for the best. So the next thing I like to look at is looking at other ingredients that help make these different types of neurotransmitters. And so looking at very specific vitamins and minerals that build and modulate these different neurotransmitters. And that would be looking at things like vitamin B6, vitamin B3, vitamin B1, also looking at vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, iron. All of these things do help make these different types of neurotransmitters. So running these tests, you can see if any of them are off, guess what? Those are ingredients that are missing to helping making these different neurotransmitters. And that could be the culprit of what's going on. Now, how do you use this data? Once you got this information, guess what? If you're low in vitamin C or vitamin D or different vitamins, you know that that's the supplements you should specifically be taking at a high dose to help compensate the deficiency. But not just that, you also know what nutrients, like foods, you should be focusing on. Like if you're low in iron, then you know to be focusing on more iron-rich foods. If you're low in specific amino acids, you know to target those specific amino acids in your diet. Because supplements is not the long-term solution. It helps initially to do things at a mega dose, but you need to be using food as medicine, lifestyle medicine to address those imbalances. Then you don't have to rely on any pills, even medications. I do this all the time with my patients because we have clear data to look at to know specifically what to target to get rid of the symptoms that you're experiencing daily. Now, like I said, if you don't want to write this all down, just download my ADHD lab protocol guide in the description below. Now, once you've implemented treatment, you implement the supplementation that is very targeted and specific based off the data that you received and implementing the foods that you need to be doing, then it's good to retest. Why do we need to retest? We need to follow the data. Just like if your car, you want to maybe go in, maybe tweak it a little bit, run it through diagnostics again to making sure it's running efficiently. Same with your brain, same with your body. You need to retest to see, okay, what improvements did we see? And then what else do we need to still further optimize and make adjustments for? Then you make those adjustments and then you start seeing more improvements. Now, to really see this broken down with a case study to seeing, okay, what kind of labs to implement, how to implement the treatment, how to actually get the results, you should watch this video next where I actually break down the case studies of where I've done over 11,000 different lab tests on ADHD patients. So you should watch this video next so you can understand truly how to implement this and finally fix your ADHD situation. Watch this video next.